format. Now, apparently, they're going to be playing 2 more games, game 1 of 2, so it's not finished yet. So, okay, the treat continues. We can only be happy about this. It's absolutely thrilling. Cool stuff. We're going to be discussing now the ideas. Open the chat. Haven't I opened the chat already? What the heck's that? I don't know. Okay, the chat is way down here. Okay, cool. So let me move this one to the right a bit, the chat here. Okay, leave it to the right. Let me go now to the OBS, the other boards. Where are you, man? So this one is streaming, right? Cool. Go back. This one. Okay, cool. So, turning this thing, closing that tab. We don't need that tab. Okay. Back now to the game here. In full evolution right now. Caruana is having white. Nakamura playing black. 12 minutes 36 for Fabi. Fabi's is to move. Fabi's to move here. Okay, let me think. Where do we want the knight on c3? And also the a3 pawn is sort of like hanging. Therefore, Fabi had to protect it. The rook b3, protecting a3. That's for one. Secondly, we need to find a way for that knight on c3 to go a bit more active. Probably here. Going towards the center, because also you got this check coming. So I think I like this idea very much. Especially if you want to get rid of this bishop as an idea. And if you want to get rid of if you get rid of this bishop, then sort of b file can be under white's control with something with ideas like rook f to b1. Now, what is Nakamura going to do? We'll see. It's very possible after knight plays down, Naka just takes. I mean, not the most happiest ideal one, but do you really want to have the knight? I mean, if the knight plays with the check, they're going to be taken on c6 anyway. So maybe a rook over to the e file. Just thinking out loud now, obviously. Just thinking out loud. Maybe rook over to e. Maybe. Okay. Exactly. Oh, right. Let me give myself a point here. So it's rook e8. I've just said that. I've said that before the master itself played it. So rook e8. Good prediction thing here. Rook e8. Cool stuff. So now there is no more check coming here. King moved away. Why did they move away? Because they want to push the pawn. Now, if you wonder why did white play king from g1 over to h2, is because you want to push the f pawn forwards, and you can't do that as long as there is a pin by the queen. So you move the king away, then you could advance the pawn if you wish so, thus opening up the f and looking good. I don't think it's that bad. You want to open as many lines as possible. Now, you could still play knight d5, though. Don't get me wrong. You could still do that. You could still do that move. And knight d5, frankly, has the quality of threatening c7. And that would be a freaking fork there. And this is something very important for Naka to consider. So, keep this in mind. Keep this in mind, my chess friends. Okay, let me just reduce the size of this tab so I can see it a bit clearer. Actually, I need to just halfen it, I guess. Okay, let me halfen it. Can't I? What the heck? Is that a... Oh, I can. Of course I can. Yeah, just a smaller tab. Don't need to get down half the page here. Okay. Back to the game. Back to the game. All right, Naka still thinks about it. And what he thinks at is, what the heck am I going to do after Fabi plays knight d5? Am I going to play a rook to c8, or am I going to take the guy's knight? So that's something for him to consider. Now, sure. Rook c8, probably, yes, I guess. Knight to f8. That's unexpected. What do you want to do with the knight? What Naka? What does he want to do with the knight? I mean, you can't stop me now from pushing f4. If I were to have the white pieces, I can't be stopped from pushing f4. And knight g6, well, probably I'm going to just push forwards. Where are you going to go with the knight? You're going to go back with the knight, then I'm going to push one more time. So I don't know what he wants to do with the knight on f8, really. It eludes me. I think it's the right moment to pushing f4. Guys, shout out your prediction. Do you think white is going to push f4 here? I propose f4. Or, if f4 not strong enough, knight d5. But knight d5 can be played anyway. This is a hell of an outpost. So knight is guaranteed to be playing on d5. No other way around it. I think I know what he wants to do with the knight. Knight wants to come to e6 and then coming exactly on d4. That is Naka's plan. How many minutes did it take me? It took me an eternity. It took me an eternity to decipher Naka's intention. Oh, there you go, f4, I've said that. That's the second prediction for this game. This beautiful game from the masters themselves. Rook e8, I have suggested that, and f4 looks like the strongest content. I'm not sure about this one. Interesting. I mean, that feels like normally I don't push the f pawn. Very rarely I'm doing this kind of things. I don't push the f. I don't do the f pawn. All right. With this last move, Fabi took from Naka any knight's intention being deemed inoperable. You can't get the knight. And now the knight is quite limited. I don't know what you can do with the black knight. You tell me, what do you think the black knight can do? Because I can't see it. I mean, I don't know what you want to do with the black knight. I can't see nothing. Probably you got to stay there with the black knight waiting to see if there's any square becoming available, because I mean, if you do h6, if you do knight f8, if you do knight h7, if you do knight to g5, perhaps, but then white just plays one pawn to h4 and your knight goes back in the box on h7 without you having achieved anything but losing a billion tempos. So the knight on d7 is painfully inactive. The knight can't even hope to be playing on to e5 because white is not gonna push d4 at any time. White is actually gonna play knight to d5. And with all sorts of scenarios possible that you need to defend against. What is Naka gonna do? Rook ac8, this kind of things? I don't know. So, if I understood correctly, after knight e7, Fabi pushed g3 to g4. Why? Oh, okay, I understand he wants to play g5, but that also helps black a little bit because g5 gives them hope for the knight to come to, right? I think. So I'm not sure what's with this move. Okay. Now, the rook here, what the heck they want to do with the rook? They want to play b6. He's still desperate to do something with the knight. That rook on a6 feels a bit lacking prospects. I don't know. Rook b6. I'm just going to play rook b1. You're going to take, I'm going to take, and I'm going to have the b file for my white rook. I don't know what is the plan with rook a6. I mean, probably just to trade rooks. I don't know. Again, knight d5 is playable at any minute. I don't know why Fabi delays this. I think he should be playing it right now. Okay, he doesn't play now because he thinks that black would be playing this. And then you're going to have to lose your beautiful active knight here. So probably Fabi should be playing first rook f to b1. if I have white, I would seriously consider rook f to b1, battery on the b column, and then knight d5. Right? Unless I'm missing things. Okay, if rook on b3 goes some places, the black queen takes on a3. That's a thing you need to keep in mind. Then again, I think a battery on b file is very beneficial for white. I think that's very beneficial for white. Rook f to b1. Yeah, I think that's good. That's really, really good. Oh man, this is painful. Fabi, what the heck, man? The eval bar went down. You can't move the knight from c3 on e2. What the heck is that? You can't do this, man. You can't do knight e2. That knight has to go on d5. This just, let me just go back a bit. How can you play knight e2? Okay. Isn't it rook fb1 the best move? The best move is knight b5, a4, a4, knight e2. But knight e2 is the worst of them all. Is knight d5 that bad? What is knight d5? Why? Oh, okay, maybe not now. I said rook f to b1. Okay. Okay, still kind of like equal on things. What about rook f to b? The engine says it's kind of... The engine says it's just 0.00. That's what the engine says. That's what the engine says it is. Okay, I would have played rook f. I wouldn't have moved my knight back on e2. I can't do this kind of things. Okay. Okay, if that's what they wanted to play, that's fine. Okay, so queen... What's that? Rook takes b6, queen takes b6, h4, pushing forwards, queen c5, g5. Okay, so this is... Okay, let me toggle off now the things. I'll just leave the eval bar. Very advantageous for black at this point. I think... I don't know how. I think Fabi gave up complete control he had over the b file. Gave up over the b file. I don't think he's got enough power to create some deadly threats on the king side just yet. I guess Naka needs to do nothing about this. If pawn takes, knight is going to take, right? Okay, it's a funky one, but a3 is going to be captured, and then this guy is going to be queening. I think that's the idea. How does black defend here? Just take on a3. What do you think, guys? Let me know. Or let me know what do you think. Let me know what do you think. Dude, what's this? What's this 4 out of 4? What kind of? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's connected. That's absolutely fine. I don't see. Okay, I'm going to investigate that one later now. Yeah, leave it and minimize here on the right hand side somewhere, because we are going to be returning to our games. Okay, cool stuff. Back to chess.com platform. Okay, g5. I don't know what the black queen is going to do. I mean, it should be taken on a3, right? I think black queen is take on a3. Can you just leave the g5 pawn alone? I mean, you don't want to take him, right? You don't want to take him because if the black pawn were to take, the other white pawn takes back, and actually you're gonna be having some f6 being pushed, and that is a problem. Yes, queen takes a3. That's what I thought they should be playing. Queen b4 to trade off things. Queen b6. What was that? Knight h5, increasing the attack, queen d8. Yeah, Naka defends very nicely. He defends very, very nicely. Moves. Okay. Very good for black. And the reason why computer is happy with black's activity here, it's because this guy will be marching down the board and will be queened. That's exactly what it is. That is what black needs to do in order to win. This is it. That's the whole thing. Can't see anything here. Rook g1. Okay, Fabi tries. He has to. I don't know. Should you do some rook over to g8 just in case? Plus, you're not doing anything. And if you do rook over to g8, in principle, once you play the knight, the other bishop might be dropping on e8 if necessary to attacking this guy, guarding over the h5 squares, defending against the g6 potential advancement. Might that be considerable here? I mean, is that thinkable? Is that playable? Or okay, rook g8. Okay, I think yeah, rook g8. I guess. But now it's Fabi's turn. Now Naka's turn. Now, this pawn can be pushed down the board at any time. And we definitely want to do this. The question is, should we reinforce the king side with a move like rook g8? Or should we just march on with the pawn? Now, it kind of... I think I would prophylactically place the rook from e8 over to g8. That's what I'm thinking. Yes, that's another move that I have anticipated. Exactly, rook to g8. That's exactly what I would have played. And sometimes I manage to predict Nakamura's choices. And the a4 is the perennial theme here because you really do want to create a... You have a pass pawn anyway now, so that would be constantly in the back mind of Fabi. He's always going to be stressing now about his pawn coming down the board and queening. And frankly, I don't think exactly how you're going to deal with that. I'm not sure how you're going to deal with that. Now, Naka needs to think about this knight as well. The knight on d7 wants to do something. Perhaps knight c5? I think this is a gorgeous place. An absolute splendid outpost for the black knight. Knight on c5 is just beautiful. Yeah, well, he's attacking. I mean, yeah. But now if I play knight c5, look at how harmonious this can be. Knight c5, defending a4, threatening the d3, threatening the e4 in principle. What's not to like about knight c5? What's not to like about it? So that's my next prediction. I think I had like 3 until this moment. Now, man, this pen is not working. All right, I think I had 3. 3 or 4, doesn't matter. I want to see how many things I can get exactly like the masters themselves. So let me ask the supreme master, namely Stockfish 15. F takes G or A3. Huh. I guess I'm just a human. But Nakamura neither did Stockfish recommendations. He didn't push the F1. He played Queen E7. I guess the reason being Naka wants to get the rook from G8 over to A8. That is the reason. Whilst the queen on E7 provides some defense for this G7. But, okay. I don't know why I was hooked on just doing knight C5. I mean, that looks so good. And I hate having pieces that do nothing. I mean, you need to get this guy a bit more active. You can't keep the knight there. Probably he thought that in the case that white is going to take on F6, he wants to take with the knight, and if the knight takes, he's going to take with the pawn and fix. So he wants to keep it for defenses. Okay. Still, black, because of the pass pawn on a4, is doing better. And now, although Looks like Fabi sort of guards over the pawn's advancement, preventing them. I think there's something fishy here. I wonder, what if black plays queen to d8? I don't think a trade would be necessarily that bad. Is queen d8 the right approach? Let me ask the almighty Stockfish. No, the engine says f takes g5. And if b takes a, queen takes a, g6. Okay. Okay, with a huge minus 348 for black. Pardon. Oh, he played g6 now. He wanted to kick the knight away. He really wants to send the knight away. So you can't tolerate that knight. That knight probably was making Nakamura feeling very uncomfortable. So you can't have that knight so close. So you gotta kick him away. I'm gonna turn on the lights now anytime soon. Tell me if it's too dark, guys. Okay. Where's my other guy? Okay, let me just check that message. What's this? Okay, I'm gonna deal with that later. So took, F took, H took, knight G3. Finally, so now Naka sent the knight away. Oh, interesting. I mean, if this guy were to capture, knight wants to come on F5. I think that's visible. Also, a4 can be collected at any time. But I think the game now will be decided on the king side more than the queen side. White needs to muster resources to making sure the a4 pawn is being captured. Because otherwise on the king side we got the cream, and actually the deciding area is the king side. Alright, king wanted to go back because obviously instinctively as a human you want to get the king away from the H because you probably think the rook's gonna go there. That's it. He wants to take with the pawn. Whatever you do, he wants to play a rook and he wants to play a knight on F5. And that's indeed, for a human, looks scary. And still the computer considers black as being superior here because of the passed pawn, I reckon. But also the black wing can play something nice. Could be. What is Naka? And then again, look at the time, guys. We are facing the same problem again and again. Invariably, from a rapid 15 minutes game, you always fall under 3, under 2, under 1 minute. It happens to myself as well all the time. I'm getting under 3, under 2, under 1, and then the hell breaks loose because blunders coming, errors, mistakes. All you can hope for is that your opponent will be making more errors than yourself. So yeah, absolutely. Just reading through some messages here. Okay, so I think I'm going to turn on the lights now. It's getting quite dark here, isn't it? Getting quite dark. Right, so he pushed forwards because he plans on marching down with the pawns. And now Fabi is having an issue. Not just that the pawn that he needs to eternally keep stuff on, but also opening up with the H, queen probably on H4. A bit slightly concerning. What should what should Naka play here? Is it queen H4? Is it queen H7? Let's just draw all the arrows here. Is it knight F6? Is it knight C5? Knight C5 for this. I mean, you look for something strong, right? So I don't know. Is that strong enough? For this, and for this. So I would think in queen to H4 and some sort of G6. That's a bit scary. I think this is scary, actually. Maybe Fabi should... What the heck is that? Let me go back. And let me ask the engine, because that's just annoying. Queen g5. Well, I said that. I just said queen h4, actually. What's wrong about that? Queen g5, rook g6, queen d8. But Nakamura played, indeed, the engine rook g6. But the eval bar now goes to 0.5. So he should have played queen g5. Queen g5 probably because of the rook queen to f3, I guess. And then you're having this. So the zigzagging itinerary would have been, I guess, queen to g5, queen to e3, and then... But can't you just go there quicker by playing this and this? Probably you can. But also queen g5 might be part... No. I think queen to h4. Anyway, we're going under a minute very soon for both players. The same problem again and again and again. Time issue for both players. I don't know how they're going to deal with that. They're still having problems here. They're still having problems. Game 1 of 2, we're gonna be seeing another jewel, another gem for these guys. Every game they play is a spectacle, and now as a chess player, probably we live in the best times ever in history, because we are able to witness in real time, live, the games as they evolve, as they being played by this super grandmasters. So probably the best moment in history to being alive, chess-wise talking. I'm not getting into either historical considerance and things, but chess-wise is probably the best time in history to being alive. So let's just enjoy it while it lasts. Okay. Right. And dudes, we're getting under a minute. Oh man. So now the eval bar is 0.5. 0.5. And Fabi is taking the time. Oh man. Oh mate. What are you going to do? When are you going to move, Fabi? Because you're getting under 20 seconds, man. It's painful. What are you doing, brother? So they moved a couple of stuff. I'm just delaying the things here. Plays. Rook plays. I thought it's automatic. Because, oh, I didn't put it on the moves. I should have. Queen. Bishop. Knight. King. And this is the last move that's been played. 15 seconds for Fabi. Okay, knight has slightly readjusted itself now. Eval bar goes strongly for black here. This knight is a monster. I don't think that's a big of a problem, right? I mean, you may want to play this kind of checks. Which one's better? This or this? Either, I guess. What? Probably they're not the strongest, but... Not the strongest. Definitely not the strongest. But both players... Now, Fabi is under, under 13 seconds. That's really a challenge. In whatever terms you want to put it. Even a super GM, even the best on the planets, when they're being subjected to time pressure, there is a likelihood they're going to be screwing up something. Okay. King to G2. Still black's in the lead now with 20 seconds plus. But, hey, it only takes a blunder. It only takes... Anyone can blunder, and there you go. Now the evil bar goes again. Gee, man, the seconds are... The time is the main killer in chess as in life. Yeah, now outposting from the knight. Good stuff. If Naka manages to play rook h6, I guess. Knight h6. Very nice. Well, let's go with the rook f6 or something. I don't know. What else is to be played here? You want to play rook f6, I guess? Okay, rook h6. Okay. I mean, there are quite a few. queen straight? This is painful. I mean, both players are magnificent, but when they get into the time scramble thing, it's just too much. Right. Huge advantage by black here. 23 seconds on the clock, 11 seconds Fabi. Fabi is being seriously crushed here, and painful. There's going to be another one, guys. It's going to be another one, and I'm going to turn the lights on. Very good games by Nakamura delivered. Fabi played incredibly nicely, but Nakamura manages to keep the edge, to keep the advantage. And now I'm going to turn the lights on because it's getting too dark here. Let me put the lights on, and we're going to be discussing the next game. Don't go anywhere, folks. I'm going to make more light here. Bringing light into equation here. Let me just put this thing on. Okay, don't need that. Let me make a bit of lights. Okay, there we are. Back again. Fabulous games here being played. Excellent games. Fabulous game. So in a few minutes we're gonna have another round. One last round, I wonder, or they're still gonna be playing games. Okay, I'm gonna keep this tab here because then they're gonna show me when they play again, and then I'm just gonna click on it and see it for what it is. Okay, I think so far so good here. Okay, absolutely. Fantastic, fantastic games. Superb games. What a grand final. What a final. So, soon enough, guys, we're going to have the other game in between Naka and Fabi. Fabi has been pretty much executed here. A very well deserved victory by Nakamura here. There was that pass pawn on the A file all the time pestering and taken away from Fabi's resources. If you remember, guys, let me try and go back a bit. So this pawn actually kept. I mean, they played a ton of moves here, but this guy actually continuously kept the white queen sort of prisoner and trying to stop it from any advancement and things, and that took away the queen from the critical kingside area, which is much needed, you know, especially now because the lines are opening up, the diagonals, the files. So that was very problematic for Fabi to be dealing with. So okay, waiting for the second match to happen. Okay, I think I had enough coffees. I shouldn't be drinking anymore. But hey, I'm a heavy drinker, coffee wise and tea wise. Okay. Where's this thing? This thing's just going very nicely. What about this? That one's going very nicely as well. What about this one? Yeah, that goes very nicely too, because it's happening right now. So that's a nice statistics, nice stats over there. We can see the Sicilian 129 being played, Rui Lopez 82. 915 games analyzed. Caro Khan, Queen's Pawn. Sicilian, heavily Sicilian, Rui Lopez, Queen's Gambit declined, English. No King's Gambit, no funky stuff, okay. Sicilian, okay. A lot of Sicilians. A lot. Okay. Okay. Are they going to start the other match? Come on, guys. Start the match. Start the match. Come on, people. Let's go. Let's go. What a treat. I don't care about the frames per second thing. Okay, that won't matter. Going back. And here. They haven't started yet. These were the moves. And they are about to be starting again. Well, looks like Naka's gonna sort of win. I think they're ready to start. The guys are ready to start. And there we go. Come on, people. There you go. Come on, guys. I want to see the moves. There you go. No, that's not it. Not just yet. Games. Can I just press on? Come on. They started now. Okay, I think I gotta go back with the left arrow. Oh, there you go. Okay, I need to take it from the other tab. Okay, so be it. Won't matter. Okay, fine. Cool. Important thing is that we can see it now together. That's the most important thing. Why do I have so many tabs here? Okay. Oh, what an aggressive approach. Whoa. That's an aggressive approach. Yeah, play another Sicilian. There you go. Smith Mora Gambit accepted. So white is enjoying a larger space. Quick attack. The h2 being moved to h4. Nakamura plays this rapid, not rabbit, playing this rapid against Caruana in the Smith Mora Gambit. Again, he's not going to cancel. He's so good at it. He don't need to cancel. He don't need to cancel, guys. He's too good for canceling. Way too good for canceling. Okay. Wow, what an aggressive stance. What an aggressive play. Nakamura developed 3 minor pieces. He pushed the h-pawn. What an aggressive type of game. And is going to march with this guy down. And the bishop is free to play also. Okay, what does black can do? What, d5? You could, I guess. d5, d6. What's this? I mean, yeah. Well, yeah, d6, exactly. So, yeah, I've got another prediction being fulfilled. Now, I don't know the thing I can consider straight away would be this, but probably you got this problem. But probably you could block it. Knight is being defended by the bishop, so I guess black's going to have a problem if they check you. If there's nothing stronger, a pawn matters absolutely. So if there's nothing stronger to be played by white, taking a pawn is always beneficial. Taking a pawn, taking a square, very good stuff. Okay, what is Naka going to do here? Is knight b5 even a good move, or I'm just playing again bad moves? Let me ask the stock. Queen b3. Queen b3. Okay, let me go back one move. And now let me see if knight b5 was playable at least. The engine says it's sort of playable, but it gives black some advantage, so then probably that's not the strongest. 0-0, queen b3 and b4. So knight b5 gives black advantage because of cancelling. Or knight g8, knight g6, knight f5. But I'm taking the pawn back, right? Yeah, but you put it in the bishop's attention, so you may not want to do this. Okay, probably that's the idea. Let's go back now to this position, castle long. So Nakamura, there you go. I thought he's not going to castle, but he did. He did because the queen is the queen is on the d file, and that's where the rook hits at. So we've got this sort of ideas. Probably not quite right now, right? Because black is having 2. So you're pushing the guy, now it's going to take, now it's going to take, now it's going to take, but then you're going to get some checks. And some knights, perhaps. And there is also this guy. Don't forget about this guy. Don't forget about that guy. So there are quite a few ideas here, practical, tactical ideas. Quite a few ideas. Fabistan, bishop e7. Triple attack on h4. Probably h5. I would just push h5 if I were Nakamura. But I'm not, so let's see what the master plays. h5, there you go. There you have it. Another prediction. Now probably you're just gonna go with tradings, right? You gotta take that knight, then they're gonna take with the knight, then you're gonna play probably f4, just saying. You also want to take the knight. Well, not necessarily. Let me think. I mean, I want to push the f pawn. Yes. Another prediction and f4. So I got like 4 moves in a row predicted exactly for Nakamura. So sort of sometimes I manage to think like him. Okay. That's a good plan. That's a good plan. Now what do you want to do, I guess? Well, I guess you want to play g4, g5, right? I think that's quite strong, and that will make Fabi really being hesitant about castling on the king side. I mean, can you castle on the king side with g4, g5 coming over the board now? And then maybe some rook here, and I mean, this. What do you want to do, man? You're putting yourself in the sniper's shot. I mean, gee. Tough one for Fabi. Dude, I don't want to have the black pieces here. I don't want to. G4, G5. I think this one is slightly a bit maybe premature. No, you're not going to do this now. You're going to help black here. But if you want to do something nasty, you're going to have to play G4 and G5. If you got different ideas or something, let me know. People, King B1. And Fabi still castled. It's gonna get very heated now. I think Naka's gonna come. Okay, was that absolutely necessarily? I don't know. Okay, he can push g4. There is no other way to dealing with that. I don't think you want to do something else. I think you want to play g4, g5. This and this. No. Easy go. Okay, I got it. That's a subtlety. He wants to shut off this bishop. So he played e5 with the sole purpose of shutting off the bishop. That's it. Obviously, you can't take because rook takes and g4 coming. Brilliant, subtle, superb game by Nakamura. He played e5. He blocked the bishop in. He forced black to play forward. And he pushes g4 with no fear of activating his opponent's bishop, which frankly, I don't know what you want to do with that bishop. It is painful. It's painful again for black here. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. Now, for white, my chess friends, you don't want to take necessarily on b7 because you're going to have an almighty rook, and that's going to hurt. That's gonna hurt as hell. So don't take the super poisonous b7 pawn. Nakamura won't be taking it, of course. But what he's gonna do, I think 99% chances, g5. That's the only. You've got to. You've got to do this. g5. There's nothing stronger. I can't find anything stronger. Okay, they might be at some point but that's just. I mean, I'm not going for the pawns or getting traded. I want to break the king's pawns guardians. So g5 looks very playable here and very dangerous. And after g5, that's it. You're going to open up the g, you're going to get yourself a rook, and Fabi's not going to be very comfortable. That's what I say. I feel that Nakamura really attacks very seriously. Fabio's gonna have another problem here. Another problem. Rook G, yeah. Just push the pawn. I mean G5. You gotta push it now. There's nothing. Yeah, you have to do it now. I mean, if he managed to block the bishop in, that's it. Go for G. You may not have another better chance, so you better hit him now. He wants to rearrange stuff. He wants to play bishop first. I don't see. Okay, but you could do it later. First, you gotta create and open up the G. Right? I guess. You've got to be kidding me, right? You've got to be freaking kidding me. I mean, I'm not even a. I mean, I'm not even a magnificent strategist, but bloody hell, the engine also agrees. This Queen B7, it's a freaking. Dude, you're gonna have a rook coming on the B. I mean, you're gonna help Fabi attacking you. What the heck was Nakamura planning with this? Dude, the eval bar went dramatically in Black's favor because Nakamura screwed up by himself. Instead of playing G5, he played Queen captures B7. Why? I don't know, but that's a blunder because the engine confirms Queen B7 is a poisonous freaking pawn he shouldn't have touched. Why did he take it? Sometimes even Nakamura can play faulty stuff. This is one move in like he made an effort to play the worst move. I'm going to go back a bit and I'm going to ask the engine if G5 is the correct one forward. Well, not G5, but we got Queen C2, Knight B5. I think I've said about Knight B5, but it's not quite my... Queen B7, the last move, but it's the worst. I mean, you don't want to open the B file. Man, you don't want to open the B file, for Christ's sake. Just go G5. It's a very psychological move. G5 may not be the most accurate, but it's very psychological to play. If you want to scare your opponent... Yeah, Knight B5, I've said about that move. I've said about Knight B5, but it's not my cup of tea because I want to play something to dismantle my opponent's defenses. So Naka just simply went for something really strangely played now. Queen B7. What the heck is that going to achieve? And the eval bar minus 2.60. So you don't need to necessarily believe me because I've got the highest witness possible. And that is a confirmation of the ideas I've issued myself. Queen B7 was the worst possible move for Naka to play. The third line of thinking of the computer, first one was Queen to C2, then Knight to B5. Okay. Personally, as a psychological leverage, I would have used... I mean, Rook B8, Fabi spent like freaking what, 5 minutes to play Rook B8. Rook B8 just hits directly. Think about that one later. You can still play Rook B6. No, you can't play because there is a bishop. Sorry, my apologies. You can't. But you can hit them. I don't know. No, now you know. You can't do that one because the knight is hanging, right? But still, overall, I don't know. Queen C7, is that workable? It's workable because it defends the pawn. And yeah, then you're going to have this Queen B7, Queen takes, Rook takes. You're going to have a nice battle. Now you're going to have some counterplay. So Nakamura had created huge weaknesses here. Unnecessary weaknesses. So he had created with Queen captures B7, Hikaru created unnecessary weaknesses, giving Black power, leverage now, and attacking chances. Completely unnecessarily. So sometimes being a human, probably you are prone to be making bad trade. Maybe he's tired. Yeah, when you're tired, normally, probably you're going to play a bad chess, crappy chess. Okay. He's been playing for a few hours and it's taken a toll on you. I mean, yeah, you're going to play the second hour or something, but then you're going to go down. I mean, the accuracy is going to suffer. Anyways, queen b7 should have been very visible as a bad choice. Surprising. It's very interesting psychologically. It's very interesting. How can a player ranked, I don't know, is he the fourth, the fifth on the planet to do such a thing? Gee, queen c7, right? Fabi really wants thinking. So Fabi now is going to concentrate on attacking on the b file. So probably queen c7 connects the two rooks, I guess. If there's maybe there's something. I mean, there's also this one to be considered. You want to open up things, maybe. Probably the Nakamura is going to play this. So if you take, then they're going to take with the bishop. It's going to be quite strong. So maybe queen c7, queen b4. Queen c7 has the virtue of defending this guy and connecting the rooks. On the other hand, if white, well, they can't take it now, right? But if white takes with this bishop, actually you're going to be happy to get rid of this bishop. Because then you're going to march down things at some point. And your bishop then is super happy. And white can't protect the knight. So maybe Fabi should be considering bishop. In the light, okay, he plays the knight. Very nice. Okay. Okay-ish. Okay. Well, if he played... Okay. Fine. I think they're getting tired. You're getting tired. You're not going to make very wise choices. Very important. So, yeah. Absolutely. What is white's going to do? What is Naka going to do? What is Hikaru going to play? What is he going to play? What is Hikaru going to play? I mean, with queen taking on b7, Hikaru opened a Pandora's box. He opened all the worst possibilities in the universe he just created nicely up to that point. And suddenly he made the worst, the freakiest possible move, and oh god, and now he's gotta have to worry about all sorts of attacks and threats. I don't know, maybe Rook will be able to play here, and you know, quite dangerous stuff. Oh my god. Oh my god. What did he do? Why did he have to take on b7? Probably that's why he's so pissed off now. He's so pissed off because he can't explain to himself how can he do such a move. That's why he's so upset. Now he's gotta try to survive this, and it's freaking exhausting. So the white knight can't really play because we're gonna have this sort of check, and the bishop's gonna be taken, and you know, Fabi attacks now due to Hikaru's gift. So Hikaru gifted Fabi excellent opportunity here. When your opponent helps you to win. This is one of those examples. What can I do to help my opponent? Well, take on b7. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he wanted to help Fabi to win or something. I don't know. I don't know what's with this self-induced worsening condition here. I don't think I have any good moves for white. Whatever move seems to be... If he had played g5, like a few moves ago, I don't know, 7, 8 moves ago, if he had pushed g5, at least he would have achieved to opening up the g file for the rooks and stuff. Nice game. But instead he went for the b7, enabling black to attack on the b and e column. And two super dangerous bishops, and the knight, that it's a nightmare of a knight, and the queen, and so forth so forth. Hikaru now is going to use all his time trying to defend. He's not going to attack nothing. He's going to try and see if he can defend things. Whereas Fabi's king is very nice. Is native sound and safe because g5 has never been played. So now Fabi is going to attack Hikaru. Hikaru is going to try and survive and repel black's attacks. There's nothing else. There's absolutely nothing else here. Hikaru needs to survive and see. I mean, I don't know where he wants to move the queen. Where do you want to move the queen? Where do you want to move the black queen? After rook a8, where do you want to move? Where? b6? What about this? Where do you move it then? Okay, so I mean, he got so scared, so he actually wasted like 6 minutes as he dropped the queen on d4 now. This is painful for Hikaru. He had created this by taking on b7. He'd be actually saying in the interview, he will be saying in the interview, that he will acknowledge, because I think after he played, I can see on the screen that actually he immediately regretted it. I don't know why but maybe he saw something that wasn't there. But he immediately regretted. As soon as he played, you know, he grabbed his head, he put a hand, and he actually realized that was a bad one. That was a bad one. So all sorts of things, threats are in the air. Fabi should be winning this position. Fabi is better on time. Hikaru just served him the perfect opportunity to win, and now Hikaru is only trying to defend. If Fabi exhausts his attacking chances, then probably we can take it from there. But at the minute now, Fabi is concentrating his pieces on attacking the white king. All enabled by Hikaru himself when he took on b7. There you go. Play with that. Okay, I don't know. Right, after this one, I think I'm going to pause it, guys, for the evening. I'm going to be seeing you tomorrow with a couple of friendlies and stuff after this grand final. I wanted to stream the grand final, and that's what I did. And tomorrow we're gonna play some friendlies, some puzzles. So if you want to join me tomorrow, it would be super cool. We can play together, analyzing, discussing, just ideas. Okay, what's next? Fabi goes with the pawn. Takes. Bishop attacks the rook. Rook's got to move. It's got to move because there's nothing else to do. What do you want to move the rook here? Okay. I mean, he doesn't have... Now Hikaru just needs to defend. He just needs to defend. Then I reckon a black rook will be coming on d8. Thus, the bishop can't move. Then Fabi can play bishop c5. Good luck with that. There's so many threats now being mounting up by Fabi, rightfully so. So you gotta punish your opponent. When they make a mistake like Hikaru did, queen takes b7, you gotta punish them pronto, as soon as possible. And now looks like bishop comes into power. Rook's been I mean, this is just a desperate... Probably this and this. I mean, in the light of the fact Fabi would be probably playing rook over to d8. Maybe you want to play rook h3, rook d3. But then again, yeah, it's painful anyway. I mean, what else can you do? Just moving erratically, you know, in panic mode moves. So Hikaru, yeah, exactly. Rook h3. I should have. Yeah, that's exact. Oh my days, Hikaru brother. I think you're gonna get toast now. I am sorry, but you screwed up yourself, brother. Right, so he played rook h3. That's what I would have played if I was Hikaru. But I wouldn't have played queen to b7, which he shouldn't, confirmed by the engine actually afterwards. So, okay, rook h3 offers a bit of a relief because you can counteract the black rook. He's desperate, so panic sets in now. He played b3, weakening the dark squares. Okay. I guess Fabi can go for bishop c5. Or maybe, no. He finds a better one. He finds a better one. I love it. Fabi delivers nice punches here. Very nice punches here by Fabi. Dude, look at this painful. Oh my god, I can't look at this. Oh man, I can't look at this. Okay, what about a rook? What about anything? Oh, probably I just wonder. Would that be first takes and then... I mean, something with h6, something with... something with a3, respectively a2 has to be exploited by Fabiano. They got to do something. He's got to do something about a3, a2. He's attacking, man, he's getting in the heart. He's stabbing him in the heart. Bishop c2. Oh my god. It's painful to play with whites here. I think Nakamura is really pissed off by the mistake he did. That was a freaking blunder. Bishop c2. He's going to have to move the rook now. Where? Maybe here to provide the extra defense for a2. Quite painful, but I mean, what do you want to do? I mean, everything's bad here. Almost everything is bad for white at this stage in this live game. Almost everything's bad for white. I can't think of something promising, or I can't see anything optimistic here for white. But Hikaru fall on his own sword. Fabi didn't do nothing spectacular to generate this. In case you're coming now, guys, or revisiting later, Fabiano, to achieve this, he didn't do anything spectacular. He absolutely exploited Nakamura's blunder to have taken on b7, the poisonous pawn. And now this is the price you've got to pay. When you open up the file for your opponent's rook, that's how you're going to end up. That's exactly how you're going to end up. So don't take the poisonous pawns, even if you think you're going to get some pawn extra. If your opponent gets the rook on the same file where your king is, do not take that pawn. He unleashed enormous pressure from the black rooks. The computer doesn't even budge. They don't care. Actually, you could play queen to e6 now, I reckon. Can you? Just asking for a friend. Queen a6 asking for a friend, and now I'm looking at this. And even if you play rook here, probably I could play a knight. And whatever you do, I'm going to play on a3, right? With check, and I think it's devastating. Looks quite devastating here. Is it queen a6? Let me ask the engine. Yeah, queen a6. I've called it. Queen a6. Exactly. You can't hold on. You can't survive here. I'm sorry, Naka. I'm sorry, brother. Queen a6. Yeah, absolutely. I would have played the same thing. Oh man. Okay. Okay, let me think. What do I do? What do I do? Should we play queen a5 now? Or is there any tactical I'm not... No, what about playing a knight? He sacked the queen. Yeah. I mean, I need some time to think about this one. Queen to... If king captures... If king captures, we're going to have this. Yeah, so probably they couldn't have taken. It would have been checkmate if they taken. It would have been checkmate with knight to d3. Because... Well, what about they taken here? I gotta go back a little bit afterwards. Right, so... Come on, this is game over very soon. Unless Fabio makes a huge blunder here. This guy needs to disappear. Okay, he makes space for the knight. Okay. Time pressure again. So Hikaru put himself in a very bad position, and now he's paying the price. He needs to use all the remaining time to only survive this. Now, we're talking about the last 2 minutes. Under for Fabi is like 140. seconds. And well, oh, he just okay. That's it. We're gonna stop it now. Cool, very cool game by Fabi, and this is it. Right, guys, I'm gonna stop it now. Cheers. Okay, guys, gonna see you tomorrow with some friendlies.